like just going into the sunset.
We are secretly very proud, just so you know. Like,
dude, you should be really a lot of proud, not just secretly. You should be very outspoken about this. It's a car that doesn't need any clickbait or whatsoever. It's a 997 Mark 1, right?
Yeah,
a 997 Mark 1 GT3 RS 2008 of our friend and a very familiar face, Kostas from the Nürburgring, who is now running things at track speed, together with the rest of the team, of course, not to forget. Yeah, and that's his latest baby from last year, I think you got it?
Yeah, 1.5 years. So it has been our project for the last 1.5 years. It is not actually, this is really teamwork. So everyone here has put like a little bit to make the magic sauce that is the car. For me, this car is like 3 things. So it's a little bit like peak analog 911. It is like where they are like modern enough that you can take it and drive to the other side of Europe, but also analog enough that you still have to do anything.
Yes.
And like when you are in there and you don't do it right, the car is not going to hide anything. So
yes.
You miss your heel and toe, you do your shifting wrong, you are not smooth with the thing. It still feels like that engine is
yes. Yes, absolutely. No, this was absolutely eye-opening, because if you're still watching this intro, because a lot of people skip straight to the lap, you should not into this. No, that's what people do. They just want to see me drive. Also, nothing wrong with that, but with these kind of cars, you probably want to hear us talk in a quietness, because this Metzger engine does scream. Just before this, I drove 2 laps with a 992 GT3 RS. Double wishbone front suspension, much more aerodynamics, much more forgiving with everything, twice the size of tires, probably, definitely brakes as well. Do not need to shift the gears as well, of course, most importantly this is a manual. So different beast, different element, and then you hop into this. Yeah, and then it becomes spicy, then it becomes the proper RS. Why does it say GT3 and not RS?
So let me tell you, what exactly is this car? This car is a mix of everything. So for me, this is, I started my love affair with these cars when all you could get was magazines. So I read all these magazines about the GT3 RS 4.0 and this and that. So my idea was how we can recreate a little bit that feeling of that very special 997 on a budget. So not exactly budget, but like on a budget for this type of cars. So this car has a few RS bits. So it has the clutch and flywheel from the RS 4.0. It has an RS wing. It has a custom suspension that we have been working for the last 1.5 years based on Öhlins, but it's like completely like our thing. It has done like 20 different alignments and ride height changes just to find like that sweet spot that has like enough feel and enough grip, and it's neutral, but it's still like kind of playful. It has a KS shifter, so you feel like everything's mechanical and you really have to put like effort in all the stuff. Remember, the 997 has also like heavy pedals, heavy everything.
Yes.
So you really need to understand the clutch because of the light flywheel. So really every single thing from moving the car from here to the track, and then in the track, it takes a little bit of effort.
Yeah.
And this I love, because 992, as you said, is fantastic. But this
you do have 992 seat though. RS.
Exactly, because as I told you, it's a bit like a dream spec. Like it's still like a street interior. It's my street car. It's not like a track car.
Yeah.
But it has the, as you said, the spice.
So it's basically GT3 with RS goods on it.
Yeah, exactly. In the base of the car is a 3.6 engine.
Yeah.
With long tube headers. This is also why the car is very loud.
Yeah.
But also it sounds like it sounds very Metzger.
Yes.
So, but power-wise, nothing strange. Literally, just the exhaust and the lightweight flywheel, and all the work is suspension work.
Yeah, I think we can call it an RS. It has my RS approval, especially like you said with the lightweight flywheel, different exhaust, and the aero. It's pretty much an RS, and definitely better than a stock RS. I'm spotting a K-series there. I don't know if it's better than the K-swap, but I saw a 911 with the K-swap. I haven't driven it, but it would be cool. Anyway, we're getting sidetracked here. But no, fantastic build. I mean, I like quite speechless. I was smiling, I was laughing. People will see it. If you're still watching the intro, you're an OG, you're a trooper. This trick of diverting decibels away from the microphone didn't really help. But yeah, because we got banned.
It has happened before.
Yeah, it has happened before, but at the same time, maybe it was because I think maybe the sound is actually bouncing off the barrier, definitely into the cabin. We tried it.
You feel it sometimes. When
yes.
you go like in Hatzenbach, you feel it.
You feel it bounce.
But
It's so good. It's so good.
You asked me, Misha asked me, like, do I bring a helmet or this is like a more a good vibes lap?
Yeah.
And I told him, like, this is definitely, this
Yes.
car is all about vibes. If
It
you want the
is.
fastest thing, you need the 992.
Yeah.
We have them there, we work with them, we love them, they are fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
But if you want just to feel what this is all about, and it's like a beautiful day, the sunset on the North Line,
Yeah.
and you do the things yourself.
Dude, it's amazing. It was fantastic. So the engine on the RS is a 3.8, right? I think.
So in the point one, it's a 3.6.
Yeah.
And in the
Point two.
it's a 3.8.
Yeah. So basically, it's similar still to the.
It drives very similar. We have here in our storage, we have a 97.2 GT3 RS, which will be like the car, with Mantai suspension and very similar setup. We recently drove back to back the two cars. I tell you, this, because now you drove the low grip setup, because now
Yeah.
the car is on Captus.
Okay.
The normal setup of the car is with CRSs and a little bit wider front wheels, and that's like the high grip setup. And actually, that had a little bit more grip than the RS. So what you felt a little bit is true. I think it drives a little bit faster than the RS,
Yeah.
in my humble opinion.
I think I wouldn't be surprised. It was really really good. I don't think.
It also has for the nerds. I apologize if you still watch this. You're a true Porsche fan. But this car has like a RS front size and normal GT3 rear size, so it has more tire in the front and less in the rear.
Yeah.
Just to have this balance.
Yeah, it's definitely better. It's definitely better turn-in than a 996, but you still need to trail brake. But there's a still very, very sweet spot between trail braking and spinning the car on this.
I think for me, I want a car that's like kind of neutral, but if you know what you're doing, you can have fun, but still a safe one. Actually, my biggest, when I got the car, it had the stock suspension, and I drove like quite a few laps in the stock suspension, and that was probably my biggest complaint about the car. Like I said, like, it cannot be like that. It can be done better. And then we started.
Suspension is everything, and a bit of aero, of course. Like you can put some splitter. The back was actually good. The back was plenty of grip. It was enough, in my opinion. Well, the front is a typical old school Porsche. You need to trail brake.
You have to work.
You have to work for it. And I was sweating by the second lap, and it was nice. Anyway, I think we said everything there is to say. Yeah, the car is on Cup 2s. We said it's RS size on the GT3 size.
GT3 rear, so 305 to 45.
Yeah, here 305. Yeah, and then on the front you are
245.
245. Okay, yeah, that's quite wide. That's
By the
basically
way, I
992
have done
size.
on this car, because it was a bit like a demo car, we tried everything. So we did the RS sizes, stock sizes, 245s, 235s, 305s, 325s, and we did the Trofeo Rs, Cup 2s, AR1s, CRSs. I did a complete set of fits of this
On
RS,
everything.
start to finish.
Okay.
At some point,
Yeah.
if we really make videos, because we do sometimes make videos in another small channel, if we do make videos, you're gonna see this. But like quick version, if you drive it on the street, you want Cup 2s, it's the most treatable tire. And if you drive it on the track and you want a little bit more grip and longer life, you want CRSs.
Nankang CRS, by the way.
So
Yeah.
I do drive the car in both, and I think maybe Misha will have down the road the chance to drive it like on CRS as well.
Yeah.
It's a different car. It is a little bit understeery with the Cup 2s, and it's completely neutral with the CRS.
Yeah, will be interesting. Well, for now, enjoy these. I did 2 laps, by the way. I had to do a second one, so
That's the idea. If you did only one, I wouldn't have done it right.
yeah. So enjoy those 2 laps. They were fantastic. One of the few cars, I said it happens like maybe between 1 and 5 times a year that the car makes me smile the way this one did it. So enjoy all of that. And thank you to Costas and also Track Speed for this unforgettable experience. It's his personal car. You cannot rent it. You can rent all kinds of other stuff, and you can go for taxi laps with us. We're sold out for this year.
We are sold out for this year, but maybe for next year.
Maybe for next year. So you stay.
Listen, no, November. There's
November 11th. I think there are 2 or 4 spots.
This car is gonna be there. We are gonna be all together there.
And it's my birthday, so there might be cake for
Coming
everyone.
November.
Yes. So see you then. Bye. Check link in the video description. The proper Metzger engine. Are we ready?
My brain is too much braining with driving this car. Where am I? Second, third, this is fifth, fourth. Okay, reset. That's why I usually never talk. I leave it to Jimmy during driving. He's much better at it than me. That's what they need to have full concentration. Just tiny lift. Wow, this was amazing. This was really, really good. I don't know, maybe I'll sneak in one more lap. Do we have time for that? Because the pressures are good. I'm also dialed in with the car. Maybe I'll change the GoPro settings slightly to bump up the brightness because it's getting really dark now, which is amazing. It's really, really cool. They probably just overheated. Oh, he's wide and a big exhaust and a 190. Has a roof plaque on the back. He's fast. All right. Okay, okay. Wow. So emotional, so good. Gonna sneak in one more. Hope Costas doesn't mind. So the first section we can do a bit more refined and change the GoPro settings. So, okay, so I bumped up the ISO, so it might be a bit brighter, maybe not. To be honest, at the same time, these evening vibes, they're also beautiful. What I'm referring to, like, hey, you get to see the track how it really is. And now towards the end of the season, because today is 17th of September. Yep, 17th of September that I'm filming it, you get to do some really nice dark laps, and that's very beautiful. Jump. So amazing. Car jumping through the corners. It has so much grip, and because the chassis is so light, it's so nice. Sunset. The shot is amazing. I mean, the shot that I have on my retina, screaming 8,000 RPM. Wow, what a car. Don't dare to downshift in Foxhole. But it was spotless from 5th to 3rd. Very, very good. Oh. Wow. So good. Should have been 4th gear. lot longer for that nice picture. We'll see. That was a mess up from my side. I thought it was just braking, but should have downshifted. Yellow, and we know where the yellow is. I'm sweating after 2 laps of hard work, no air conditioning. I mean, it's very low on the AC is not on, it's just tiny little fan. Woo! Tiny little fan, but I am this car's biggest fan. Wow. I mean, it shows this is not something you just jump in and go to an extent if you know vaguely what you're doing, but it takes some time to get used to everything. But heel and toe, spotless. The speed that the engine revs is fantastic. The sound, the emotion, and let me let you hear something. So the exhaust is pointing to the left, so I'm gonna stay to the left side. You will hear the sound bouncing off the barrier. I'm not known to be a person to like ambulance, that's not good. I'm not known to be a person to be like this stereotype YouTuber where you scream and be overexcited about stuff. I think it happens maybe like 5 times a year that I drive a car that puts a huge smile on my face and makes me go, wow, crazy. Because everything else I'm just focused on driving and it's good. Yes. But most of those cars are actually already driven. I already know how they drive, how they feel, and I'm just focused on making sure that everything is going well, that I don't do any mistakes, that we don't do any mess up. And is it gonna... Zu laut?
Zu laut.
Aber ist zu, ja.
Ja.
Weißt du wie viel?
Nicht genau, aber über 130.
Okay, okay, gut. Ja, danke. Okay, well, I guess I did good my job. We over 130 decibels. Ciao. Wow, wow, wow. Yeah, so I was saying, I mean, usually with other cars, I'm just like focused on driving, on feeling the car out, and now I don't have anyone next to me. Kostas is really not here. Like, not here. I'm just focused on driving and enjoying, and this car puts so much smile on my face. It's really, really good. I hope the footage came out okay because it's really getting dark, but my god, going flat out, upshifting to 6, then quick downshifting to 5th, braking into Schwedenkreuz, and then being blessed by this absolute sunset. That's something you read in books. That's something, it's like you cannot describe that. And this Metzger flat 6 screaming behind you. My ear is hurting from the bouncing off the barriers, but kids will be kids. It hurts even more, but it was worth it. Wow. I mean, that's all there is to it. It's an amazing car. I'm looking, I mean, last year I wanted to buy a GT3 992, then considering an RS. Then we started Vulcan Alpha, so all my business car savings went into starting a business and a couple of other things that we will show you next year. But I'm still was thinking, okay, once everything is going, I want to treat myself still to a GT3 992 with a manual, because that's for me the perfect sweet spot. But now after driving this, it's like so light, so much more emotional. I don't know. That would be for me, yes. Because 996, I haven't driven an RS, only GT3, which I also wanted to buy after driving it, but then I realized after having many friends who own a 996 GT3, they all of them had something small fail on the car, a small part between 50 up to maybe 500 euros, but that made them crash or, well, come down to a stop in an autobahn. And I'm like, yeah, if I want to track the car, a GT3, it's 100 grand for a car, then another 100 grand for a full rebuild, engine, gearbox, the full suspension, kinematics to do it properly. At that point, might as well buy a 992 GT3. Unfortunately, I'm afraid that a 997 is also heading that way. If you buy a 992 GT3, that might end up being just a car that many people have by now. It's not an RS, unless you have a BTS, but who cares? When you have something like this and you track it properly, that's a different story. I don't know, it's all you need to know if you're following my channel. If you don't follow my channel, you should know that cars don't often make me smile and give me unforgettable memories. But that Schwedenkreuz moment is one of the best moments. The only way to make it better is to have Maggie, my wife, next to me. That would be mwah. But I guess certain things are too good to share, but I'm sharing it with you guys.